Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you. I'm actually going to be trying some new products in this video. I'm going to be talking about some things that I have been using for the last few months. I wanted to do a purple makeup look today. I realized I have not used purple on like a full eye look in a super duper long time. So we're just going to jump into the video, but before we do, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos as often as I can, but I try for every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both are RawBeautyKristi, and let's just jump into it. Before we get started on the rest of the makeup tutorial, I'm actually going to talk to you guys about a foundation. So the beginning portion of this video is actually sponsored by Clinique, which I'm so excited to be working with them. I've been using Clinique products like the Moisture Surge and Take the Day Off for years now. I'd seen this foundation being used and talked about, but I had never tried it myself. So back in, I think, August, Clinique reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try out their product. If I liked it, I would talk to you guys about it. So I've been using this since August, off camera. I have used it on camera a couple of times, but just haven't really mentioned anything about it because I wanted to make sure that I liked it before I mentioned it to you guys. So this is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. When I went to LA, I was there for an entire week. I think this was in October. Yes, it was in October because I remember I did a Halloween event. I brought this foundation with me and I made it a point to wear it every single day because while I was in LA, I wanted to test it against the hot heat outside. One day I wore it for like 16 hours straight, and at the end of the day it looked really good still. Actually, I was with Pontberry, or Fernanda, and Daniel, or Daniel Z ROTFL, and I was with them at this event called Horror Made Here. It was so fun. Honestly, it was so fun. I have a bunch of footage from it. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing, but like we were going through the It house, the house on Niebolt Street, and I was screaming my face off. It was so fun, but I mentioned to them at the end of the evening, after I'd been wearing this foundation for like 16 hours, I said, how does my skin look? And both of them were like, it looks great. It looks like skin. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. And I said, well, good, because I'm trying out the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and I wanted to get their unbiased opinion because they didn't know why I was asking. And I told them afterwards and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, it looks so good. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this today, and I'm going to show you how it applies and some information that I have about it. And we're just going to get into it. I am going to start off by moisturizing my face. I'm going to be using the Tatcha Water Cream Moisturizer. I've been really back into using this. I've mentioned this in the last few videos. And with this foundation, it does have a natural matte finish, but it's not super matte. It does have a bit of shine to it. I'd consider it more of a satin finish. It claims to have a 24-hour staying power. I have not worn it for 24 hours, but I did wear it for about 16 and it lasted beautifully on my skin. It's a full coverage foundation, which I really like because I feel that when I use low coverage foundations, I have to use way more of them and then I can end up looking cakey. Whereas I find from the extensive testing that I've done on this foundation, I don't have to use much at all because it does have such high coverage, so it doesn't end up looking cakey on. When they say natural matte, I know what they mean. It doesn't look drying at all. It has a bit of shine to it, but it stays matte and in place all day long. It doesn't move around, doesn't slide in, doesn't have a lot of transfer. So this is the packaging here. I've got the color Alabaster, and I actually went into Macy's and got color matched. I do feel like the color I picked is pretty good for my skin. I probably could have gone a little bit more warm tone because this one does have a bit of a neutral to cool undertone. It does have a doe foot applicator, so you apply it directly to your face this way. You can either apply it all over the face or you can dab it on and use it like a concealer. This comes in 27 shades, so I would suggest if you're going to pick it up to go into the store and get color matched. You can get color matched and get like a free 10-day sample of it. So for me, I really prefer using this with a brush to apply. I think that with a sponge, it does work and it looks really nice. I'm just really into brushes right now, so that's why I'm doing that. So you can either just do a couple of swipes on your face or dot it on where you need it. I have a lot of redness down here, so I tend to take the applicator and go down here to cover up any of my redness. The majority of the product I keep to my cheeks and one swipe on the forehead. And you'll see it really does cover quite a large area. So I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. When I color match myself, generally, I always go a shade or two darker than my actual skin. So this is gonna look a little light on me initially because this is actually color matched to my body. As you can see, I did not use a lot of product at all, and it has really high coverage. underneath your eyes. You can see that already covered up everything on my face without looking cakey, and how it does still have a luminosity. You see what I mean when I say natural matte finish? It really is. It's not overly matte by any means. All right, and this is immediately after application. I'm gonna get close and zoom you guys in so you guys can see my skin up close. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I don't set my foundation with powder anymore, and I don't set my concealer with powder anymore at all either. All right, now I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face, and at the very end, you guys can see what the finish looks like after I've done all of the rest of my makeup. But if you guys are interested in picking up the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation, I will have the link in the description of this video. Also, you guys can visit any Clinique counter, and again, you guys can get a free 10-day sample, which they can shade match you there, and that's what I would suggest, because I found it a little difficult for myself personally to know what shade I was from looking online. It's not that it's a bad system, but you really need to see your undertone, and because there's 27 shades, there's a lot to choose from. And again, I thank you so much to Clinique for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now let's move on to the rest of the face. I am so excited because today I'm going to be trying this out. I've had this sitting on my desk for months. This is the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions, and I am going to do a full purple look. I'm so excited. I really actually like Huda Beauty shadows. I know a lot of people are like iffy about them, but for me, I really think that they're great. I mean, I haven't really had any issues with them. If you guys don't know, she released a ton of gemstone obsessions, and there's like orange and green and blue and purple, and I haven't done a purple eye look in so long. So I want to use this brush today. It looks dirty, but it's not. I used my color switch on it. This is the Smith Cosmetics 232 brush. I think I don't want to go too pink with it, so I think I'm going to dip into this shade here. Oh wow, I do feel like this is applying very gently. It's gonna be a color that I feel like you maybe have to build, which is so interesting. I feel like Huda Beauty has different formulas, and I'm not sure on this, but I feel like there are some formulas like the Rose Gold Remastered and Desert Dusk that you kind of have to build the shades like this, where I have to keep dipping in and building up, which I don't mind. Some people really hate to have to build shadows. Some people want full pigment right off the get-go. I think it's kind of personal preference, but I think it's funny because some Huda shades, like in the new nude palette that I reviewed, I will have it linked up here, I noticed that that was like full pigment right off the get-go. I feel like these are blending pretty good, but I think I'm gonna switch my brush right now. Oh, I actually just got this new Sigma brush. I wanna try it. So I just received this brush from Sigma, and this is the E36, and I don't think I've ever tried this before, but this brush reminded me so similarly when I saw it in the package to the Makeup Addiction Precise Blender brush that I really love. This is the Makeup Addiction brush that I always use. So you can see they're of a very similar shape. This one has just gotten really scratchy. I love it so much, but it's very, very scratchy right now. I feel like it's because they're a natural hair brush. I mentioned this the other day in a video that the other Makeup Addiction brush that I like, the Soft Crease, is really scratchy too. So I'm gonna try to condition them somehow, but when I saw this come through, I was like, oh, this looks like just the right shape. Now I'm gonna dip into this shade from the palette. Ooh, that one looks really nice and dark on this brush. All right, I'm kind of just winging that outer portion out. So I'm kind of running it right through the crease. And then when I get to this outer portion, I'm dragging it out and then winging it down to create that shape. I'm not gonna cut my crease at all today. I wanna do it a little less precise and just a little more smoky. So generally with this shape, I would cut the crease. I just feel like I wanna change it up a little bit. All right, so now I think I'm gonna dip into this center shade here with my finger. And I'm just gonna kind of pat it on. Oh, this looks like a topper shade. Now that I'm doing this, I feel like this is very similar to that color from the James Charles palette, where it's a topper shade instead of like a full pigment shade. And it looks pretty, but you see it doesn't have a lot of base pigment to it. It's just like a little topper. How many times am I gonna say topper? All right, well maybe I'll take a little bit of this and this shade and just sort of mix those together a little bit. These might be very similar. Are these toppers too? Pretty, but a little different than I anticipated. All right, I'm gonna take a bit of that dark purple shade again and just kind of tap it on the inner and outer. Just to deepen up. I think I'm done with this palette, but what I want to do is I wanted to try this. I'm not sure what this is going to look like. This is the MAC Dazzleshadow liquid in the shade Pantherized. It's really pretty. Let's see what this looks like on the eyes. Okay, it is a little dark if I'm being honest. I think it's too dark for this eye look. Pretty though, but... maybe the way to do it would be to put some of this on, pat it out, and then tap that Huda Beauty shadow over the top. Yeah, that does help it. That really does. All right, let me put a little bit of this on. Tap it out, because this has a bit more base pigment to it, and it's got that glitter in there. And then... oh. That looks good. I like the way that turned out. Ooh, that's really pretty. I feel like I need to do my brows real quick because they're just throwing me off. So I do feel like there's a tad bit of patchiness on the eyes. It's not bad at all. And I don't know if it's this thing's fault or what, but I do feel like some of the areas where I had to build it up look a little patchy. It's not terrible or anything. I want to use the lashes that I used in a video previously where I talked to you guys about them. They are the Makeup Shack and they are the Lash Nova, and they have like a little bit of purple and blue intertwined in them, and I wanted to see what it looked like with this color eye look because I've only ever used it with neutral eyes, and so I bet it's gonna look gorgeous. So I'm gonna go toss those lashes on real quick and then we're gonna be back and finish off the rest of the face. All right, and these are the lashes. I will show you guys up close if you want to see. I don't know if you can see the blue and purple, but especially I think when I turn my head, you may be able to see it. I feel like it just fits with this eye look so well. So I'm going to do some eyeliner now, and this is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Versatile Violet. I'm going to put some eyeliner on my upper and lower waterline. Now I'm going to finish off the rest of my eyes. I'm going to go in with that same Sigma brush, the Blending E36, and I'm going to dip into the first color that we used. All right, and then I'm going to take that darker shade, this one here, and run that right up along. And then I think I'm going to take a bit of that middle shade that we used before and just tap it along the bottom. I love putting some shimmer on my lower lash line. See, that looks so neat. I'm really loving this eye look. It's so fun. All right, I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face now. That looks really pretty though. I'm really happy with that. For bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the OFRA Boho palette. I'm gonna take this shade here. This is the Pure and the Grinch brush that I was using in a few videos ago, and I'm still really loving it. Bronzer is blending out beautifully on top of this. I like to let this foundation sit for a while just to dry down before I put my face stuff on it. I love how my skin is looking. Look how dewy that looks. And then for blush, I'm actually going to use the OFRA blush palette. I'm going to go in with like this purpley shade here and some of these. Same brush. I'm just going to kind of mix those together. I love to mix blushes. I'm just going to use so much OFRA apparently. I'm going to use this highlight palette again. This is the OFRA All Glowed Up palette. I can't find my highlight brush because, you know, it's me. I'm going to use the Sigma tapered highlighter brush, which I like as well. Which this one's Blissful and this one is Star Island. Those highlighters are absolutely beautiful, but what I forgot was that I have OFRA highlight. Where are they? Are they right here? This is the OFRA and Nikkietutorials collab in Cloud 9. I wonder if you can see it over this because I use so much highlighter. I don't think you can. Oh, it's got a bit of a pink shift. Oh yeah, you can. It's so beautiful. There we go. I don't know if you can see. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's got this really gorgeous pink shift to it. All right, and I think for my lips, I'm gonna put on the Bite Beauty Flat White French Press Lip Gloss. I'm gonna use that Makeup Forever pencil. And this is the finished look. Alright you guys, and this is the finished look. I hope you guys love it. I love it so much. I haven't done purple in too long. I love a good purple eye. It really depends because some brands get purple so right and some it just doesn't perform well. I feel like this performed really well. Again, you do have to build up some of those shades to get it really opaque, but I actually think it looks really beautiful. I think in conjunction with that MAC Dazzleshadow that I used was so beautiful. I think that was a way to do it, to add a bit of pigment down first and then tap that over the top. It would probably look beautiful with a black base as well. Also, I love the way my skin looks. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys tried the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation before? This is the finish here. You guys can see it's really nice. It's non-cakey. It just sits really well on the skin and it lasts really well all day. I have really dry skin and I was iffy on it and it looks great on me. So thank you again so much to Clinique for sponsoring the beginning portion of this video, and I hope you guys like the rest of this video. I love the makeup and I will have everything that I use linked in the description of this video as well. I want to do a look with every single one of these because they are so beautiful. They're exactly the type of eyeshadow palette that I like. Completely monochromatic. You can do any sort of eye look that you want with it within this color scheme. You can do something really dramatic or something really light because they build up. There's something about a monochromatic palette that I can't resist. Yeah, $27 for 9 shades, so that's not too bad. It's not super inexpensive, but if you love the color scheme of one of these, I don't think you'll be disappointed by the formula at all. I hope you guys like this video too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both RawBeautyKristi, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! Hello? Hello? Why are you quiet? Are you dying? Hello? 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 Hey guys, so today I'm actually going to be doing... Why am I actually going to be doing it? So trying It is full coverage. It's an oil-free finish, and I have used this as... Okay, I love you. Thank you.
I love you.
Okay, bye. This is the brush here. It looks like this. Oh, wait, am I orange? No. All right, and I'm gonna throw... Whoa, that was a lot of knuckle cracking. And the lashes I'm gonna use today are actually Nova from the Makeup Shack. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And I'm going to line my lashes with them. What? I stabbed myself in the eye. I feel like it applies... Is there like jets outside? Are we having another tornado? We had a tornado in Washington yesterday. A tornado. We don't get tornadoes. And if my highlight brush could appear, that would be fantastic. Where are you? Hello? Why do I lose it every single day? Where are you? Hello? Well, I guess I'm using this brush. Am I orange? Yes. I'll come down in a minute and eat. I'm almost done, honey. I appreciate you so much. I want to eat with you. The OFRA and Nikkietutorials collab in